Well, it's basically here. Thanksgiving is only days away, and while you're giving thanks and feasting, your dog probably thinks he could do the same.
Right, whining at the table, waiting for treats.
Like, I love stuffing.
Look it up with the turkey, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Samantha Esquivel is here from the Humane Society of Southern Arizona to talk about the bones you can and cannot throw your pup. Good morning.
Yes. Hi, how are you guys?
Great, how are you?
Good. I'm getting hungry just thinking about Thanksgiving already.
I know, I love it. And so when we think Thanksgiving, it's usually a big old turkey and some other meats, maybe ham and things like that.
Right.
Are those safe to even give our dogs?
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend putting it in their dog food just to get them started with some yummy treats, and make sure that you're not giving them the bone, however. Turkey bones, chicken bones, make sure you steer clear of that, because the bones can actually shred apart. And they can shred apart inside of your pet's mouth, especially if they're biting on them. And it can be a splinter in their throat, in their tongue, in their mouth, and it could, cut them, or they could even choke on it. So make sure that you steer clear of poultry bones.
Okay, now we can give them some of the turkey and everything, but how much? I mean, I know how much I'm eating at at Thanksgiving. I'm like on the couch rolling around like, oh, I can't believe I ate that much.
Good.
So we should still gauge how much we're giving them.
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier, you know how people gain a lot of weight during the holiday season. The same could be said for our pets as well, because we want to spoil them and we want to give them lots of food and treats, but make sure that you're doing all of this in moderation. Also, you don't want your pets to get hooked on table food, because if that happens, they're not going to be completely nourished properly, and they're going to be malnourished because they're not getting the proper nutrition from the regular dog food. So make sure that you're mixing it in, or that if they're getting something from the table, that it's not because they're begging, or it's because they did something right. So use it as a treat, positive reinforcement.
Well, that's great. And, this might be silly, but when we have holidays, we have family, we're drinking some alcohol. And I know our dog has taken a sip of my husband's beer, like he snuck over and licked it.
Yeah.
Is that even safe for our dogs?
It's so funny. Some pets love alcohol, and I'm not sure why, because I guess it tastes sweet to them, perhaps. To me, I don't like beer, I don't understand, but don't give your pets alcohol, even if they're drinking it. I mean, of course, a little sip by accident is fine, but they don't metabolize it properly. And just like people, pets can get inebriated, they can get drunk, and that is really bad. Their heart's gonna be beating faster, they're gonna be breathing harder, and so it's not safe, it's not funny, and so make sure that you're keeping alcohol away from them.
I know, and like you said, it sounds like a silly question, but I've seen people actually pour a little bit of beer like out on the floor and let the dog lick it up. And I think they, like you said, they think it's funny, but you don't know how much that dog can handle. It's not like a person. It's, very different.
Yeah, and they don't metabolize it properly. So, your pet can get drunk as a result.
It is. And look at this beautiful dog that you've brought us, Precious. She was kind of nodding off just a moment ago.
She was falling asleep. She's nice and warm with the lights here.
She is so cute.
Yeah, this is Precious, and she is 8 years old, and she was brought to the Humane Society not too long ago. Her backstory is that her family was moving, and she just wasn't part of the plan. So she was brought to the shelter, and she's been waiting now to find her forever home. When you guys first met her, she was a little bit shy. She's kind of scared. This is the first time she's been in a shelter, so it's completely new. It's stressful for her. So that's one of the main reasons why I brought her on today, is because hopefully someone out there can see her and bring her into their home. She's great with kids. She's great with dogs. She's potty trained, and she just needs a loving, stable, permanent home.
Now, is that a story that you hear often? People are moving and then they don't even think about their pets and are, going to move into an apartment that isn't pet friendly, because our dog is an extension of our family.
Yeah, exactly. And we hear it all the time. Most of the time, 60% of the pets that are brought into the shelter is because of financial hardship. So times are rough, you can't afford your pet. So we always hope that you bring them to a facility like the Humane Society or like PM Animal Care Center, so we can give these guys a second chance. Never throw them out on the street, because they won't know how to fend for themselves. So again, Precious is looking for her forever home. And I said that she was 8, and we are having a special going on right now at the Humane Society. All senior pets 6 years and over will have a $10 adoption fee for cats and dogs.
That's so perfect.
Yeah, so she's $10, fully vaccinated, microchipped, and spayed.
See, I think she's going to be perfect in a home where, you're not going to come and get Precious if you're wanting the dog to go out for a bike ride with you or whatever.
No.
She's like the mellow at home snuggle bunny.
She's got a great temperament. She's easygoing. She likes to cuddle when she gets to know you. But she's mostly like a little lounge bunny. She likes to hang out.
And she's so cute. I love she's like dozing off. I love it.
She's happy up here with you guys, so that's good. She's calming down a little bit.
Well, hopefully Precious gets adopted by Thanksgiving. And, you know, we were kind of discussing Thanksgiving a little bit. Are there any certain foods that we should keep directly away from our pets? I know chocolate, maybe raisins, right?
Yeah, great question. Things like grapes and onions and garlic, these are all things that can hurt your pet's liver. They don't process them well through their bodies, so keep these sort of things away from your pet. Also, make sure that you're keeping a tight lid on your trash can and all of your garbage to make sure that your pet isn't sneaking in a little bit later on to get some goodies that are really bad.
They're just waiting for us to turn our back.
Yeah, when your guard is down.
I know. Sam, thank you so much
Thanks,
for coming
girls.
and for bringing Precious. Oh,
Absolutely.
So cute.
Thank
now,
you.
if you'd like to open your home to Precious or any type of pet, pay the Humane Society a visit. They're located on Kelvin, northeast of Country Club in Fort Lowell. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 6 and Sundays noon to 5. If you want to call ahead, their phone number is 327-6088.
And the